Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 5th week of Easter. It's Mr. Buhler, and I am with my friend Milton. Where's Milton? Where are you in there, Milton?
Yes, I'm in here.
Why are you in the box, Milton? Is that your eye holes? Can you see me?
Of course I can see you.
So why are you? And here's your feet. So why are you in a box?
It's so cold. It's snowing outside. I needed something to keep me warm.
That's right, because you're from the jungle, right? Does snow ever fall in the jungle?
This is not banana weather.
This is not banana weather. It's too. So are you putting the box on to stay warm?
My breath is keeping me nice and warm in this box.
Oh, Milton, that's sad. That is sad.
Still shivering.
Listen, I have all my craft stuff here. Just wait a sec, okay? Hold on.
Oh.
I have in my craft pile here a nice clean wool sock. Okay? How tall are you? Okay. Just hold on, Milton. I keep forgetting about my friends who come from the equator where it's nice and warm and sunny and the snow never falls. See, I'll make you a neck hole here with a little bit of a trim. Let's see here. Make an armhole. So, Milton, you were helping me with the Easter lily, though, eh? Just a little while ago. There's one armhole.
Oh,
See that? Let's see, I can make another one quickly.
I like making crafts
Yeah,
with you.
I like making crafts. Okay, so we have two armholes,
Oh.
a head hole, but oh, you have a tail too, right?
Did you put the tail for me?
Yeah, let's just make a little hole for your tail, because how else will you swing from the rafters, eh? There we go. There. Why don't you try putting this on?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay, here, hold on a sec. It's your hand right there. Okay, you got it? Okay, all right. Put that sweater on. Okay. Yes, my friends, I'm wearing a sweater too because we're in the 5th week of Easter, May 10th, and it's Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day, and we'll talk a little bit more about Mother's Day at the end. But it's Mother's Day, it's May 10th, and it snowed today. Again, we have snow all over the ground, so that's making it tough. But today, on the 5th Sunday of Easter, I thought that I would just quickly introduce to you another symbol of Easter, and that is the Easter lily. And what I actually did originally is I drew a picture of the Easter lily. Let's see, right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? And I'm just going to put the Easter lily on my prayer table. The Easter lily is a really interesting symbol. It's a sign of hope, and when you go into any church, you will find Easter lilies during Easter. Around the altar, there will be lots of Easter lilies all over the place, and they're, like I said, they're a symbol of the great virtue of hope. And in fact, Milton!
Mr. Buhler!
Look at that, the sweater's back!
I feel nice and warm now. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad. You're welcome.
Love it.
Oh, that worked even better than I thought. Great, okay. So, I was explaining to them about the Easter lily that we were doing, eh?
Oh, yeah.
We were making this craft. I wasn't originally thinking of making this craft for the prayer table, but...
Did you tell the story already?
No, I didn't. Maybe I'll put this on the prayer table first. This was just going to be a decoration, but I think for today I'll put it on the prayer table as well. Easter lilies don't normally look like this, right? They're bright white and they're beautiful. But we decided to make our own because we can't get to church because of our isolation with the COVID-19 virus going around, and so we decided to make our own Easter lilies. But there's an old story. Maybe I'll introduce to you very quickly the book that I sometimes tell Milton stories from. It's a heavy book. It's the bedtime story book. It's a book written by monks 1,000 years ago, right, Milton?
Right.
And it's got every story in the world here.
In the world.
Except for my story and your story, Milton. Because our stories are still being told. They're still being written, that's right. But there was an old tale in here I found from 1,600 years ago. Yeah, there was a woman, Saint Helena. And she was the mother, it's Mother's Day, she was the mother of Emperor Constantine. And she was very devout. She loved Jesus very much, and she went to the Holy Land, to Jerusalem, to see where Jesus had lived. And when she went to the garden where Jesus prayed on his last night before he was arrested, in the Garden of Gethsemane, she found Easter lilies growing everywhere, everywhere.
Oh.
And so the legend has it that whenever Jesus, he was so scared that night that he was sweating, he was scared and maybe crying a bit, and whenever drops of sweat fell from his brow and landed in the ground, an Easter lily would grow. And it was a beautiful, beautiful story. The story tells me that, number one, St. Helena was a very important woman. She was very careful in how she looked after the life of Jesus in the Holy Land. The legend about sweat falling from his brow as he was so scared about being arrested and growing Easter lilies just tells me, or it's a reminder to me, that when we're scared, our fear does not get the last word. Something good will happen for us. We just have to have faith and hope and keep trying to live with love, and new life will grow from our fears. All right, that's what the legend tells me about the Easter lily. Anyways, I was wondering, Milton, should we show them how to make an Easter lily too?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Because we had fun making this one, and it's not difficult to do. It's not hard, yeah.
It's not bad.
I mean, if you're not comfortable with scissors, then you might want to... What did I do with my scissors? Here they are. You might want to have your parents help you, but what I took is an egg carton. And egg cartons nowadays seem to have this nice tall tower or flute in the middle here, right?
Be sure to eat the eggs first.
Yeah, can you imagine if you tried doing this with the eggs, Milton?
No.
That would be trouble. That would be trouble. Yeah. Did you like the egg banana omelet I made you this morning?
That was so fun.
Yeah. So you just cut the thing like this and make a couple more. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. And I'll make another cut like this. And one more here. There. Now we have sort of the beginnings of a nice flower, eh? You can even open it up a little bit like that. I'm using the color yellow, but you could use, I have pink and purple here as well for the inside of the flower. And I'm just going to cut, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to cut a circle. Like that. It's not a perfect circle, but that's okay. I have a pipe cleaner here. And I have a hole punch. And you don't need a hole punch. If you can make a hole another way in the paper too. I think you all know that. There we go. There's the hole. And then, let's see if I can do this right. You need to have the right order. You go through like this. And I'm just going to double up the pipe cleaner here a little bit so it doesn't go through the hole. Milton, you were doing this job before with those nice little fingers of yours.
I did a good job.
You did a great job, as you can see from our Easter lilies on the prayer table. And there you have it, folks.
Ta-da!
You have an Easter lily. And then you can just double up the pipe cleaner or whatever else to make the stem a little stiffer. All right? And you have yourself an Easter lily. What I did, Milton and I, we took 4 Easter lilies and we wrapped the pipe cleaners together to make a nice heavy stem. And then I even took a little bit of a hanger wire just to wrap it around the hanger wire so it's a little more stout. And then we found a nice beautiful vase. All right? So anyways, this is a reminder to me that our fears do not get the last word. With hope and faith and trying to live with love, we can overcome our fears, or something beautiful can come even during our moments of being scared.
Amen,
all right?
amen.
Amen, amen. So, I guess today, my friends, it's one thing that I really wanted to remember was Mother's Day. This is a very important day. Our mamas give us life, right? Our mamas help us grow up in all sorts of ways. They don't just feed us, but they speak to us every day. They talk to us with love, and they help us learn and understand how to live. Okay, mamas have a very important role in our life. And today, with the prayer table, I wanted to remember mamas, and I wanted to remember also expectant mamas. Mamas who have a little baby in their tummy, and they're going to have a baby soon. Okay, that's it's a strange time to have a baby because of COVID-19. And so I always think of mamas who are about to have a baby. It's important that we pray for them, because to have a baby is a real sign of hope as well, and faith, because having a baby it can make a person worried about things. There's lots of times that you become worried about a little baby. A baby requires a lot of work to raise as well. All right, so it's a real act of faith, and we want to remember mamas, not just on Mother's Day, but all the time. All right. So what I would encourage all of you to do who've made prayer tables is you might want to think of how you want to remember your mama on your prayer table. And maybe you want to remember your mama's mama, okay, your grandmothers. How many grandmothers, your two grandmothers that you have, maybe you want to remember them as well. So you can use symbols to something that symbolizes your mama, like let's say your mama likes to go fishing. Maybe you want to have a little image of fishing. If she likes to bake in the kitchen, you could have a symbol of baking in the kitchen. Stuff like that. You could also put her name just very simply and put it on the prayer table. You could put a picture of her on the prayer table. My mama is someone who loves to read and write, and so I thought of putting a book down maybe, or a scribbler with a pen or something like that. But something else that she likes to do is sew. She loves to sew clothing, and so I thought today that I would just put a spool of thread on the prayer table, and that will just remind me this week to remember to pray for my mama in thanksgiving for all the gifts that she's given me.
Mr. Buhler?
Yeah.
I think I know why you put a spool of thread for your mom. Because you love her so much.
I love her so...
Oh, she likes to sew.
Sew and sewing.
Also, yeah, you love her so much.
Thank you, Milton. Thank you. Another, once a week you come up. Yeah, you don't have to be bashful about it. You're just so good. Have you seen thread before? Yeah. Isn't it nice?
It's nice and soft.
Yeah, it's smooth, sort of, eh?
It holds things together.
Yeah, it's so important, you know.
It's so important.
Oh, another. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've got a one-track mind, eh? Bananas and puns. Way to go, Milton. So I'm going to put this thread on the table here, and it's going to help me remember my mother. And like I said, we don't have to just remember mothers on Mother's Day, so maybe I'll keep this spool of thread on the prayer table for the next few weeks, and I will just keep it on for one day or 1 week. All right? Anyways, thank you so much, my friends. This is the 5th week of Easter. I did want to end by just showing you my email again. And the reason why is because I have these medals that I explained to you about last week. I have prayer medals here that have an image of Mary. I don't think we can get this image on the TV, but there's Mary on one side, and on the other side of this nice medal is an image of Jesus. And I invited you folks to send me an email, and then I was going to mail you one of these medals that you could put on your prayer table, or to make into a necklace. Actually, you know what? Like a few people did write emails to me, and I thank you so much. I was able to send out about 4 letters last week, and that was a lot of fun. I wrote you a letter. Milton, we put your handprint on the letter, right? That was fun. Yeah, like it took you a while to get the ink off your paw, eh?
Yeah.
Because we put a paw print, Milton put a paw print on the letter, and that was lots of fun. And as I was writing all of you your letters last week and mailing you your medals, I started to think, like, why is the month of May the month of Mary? And then I started thinking, well, Mother's Day, right, Milton? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Mary is the mother of God, the mother of the church, and in a spiritual way, she's the mother of us all. And then I started thinking about spring and the way plants come up in spring and new life begins, and it just seems to me like May is the perfect month for Mary, for sure, with all the beautiful life happening around us. Although it is cold, right, Milton, as your sweater would demonstrate. Yeah.
Not anymore.
But anyways, I still have more medals to give away. So if you didn't write me last week an email and you would like one, just please email me. All right. You don't have to be a student at the NCDSB either. If you're an adult and a grown up, I'd happily mail you a medal as well. Maybe you live in another country. Does this YouTube, Milton, do you know if YouTube goes outside of Ontario?
I think so.
Because, yeah, I wonder if maybe if it does. Like, wouldn't it be exciting, Milton, to mail a medal and a letter with your handprint to someone living far away across an ocean? Gee whiz, wouldn't that be exciting?
It would be exciting.
Yeah, although I'd probably get nervous if we're doing the show and there's someone from a long ways away watching, eh? Anyways, my friends, I appreciate very much you watching this 5th week of Easter, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll be back next week with the 6th week of Easter.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. The sun's gonna come.
So long.
Bye-bye. Peace.